It's like the stuff out of your nightmares, right? It's not a fun clown map. It is a kind of messed up, get in your head sort of clown motivation here that I think will have people going like, yeah, it's the clown map. And so Sideshow is all about sort of bringing a new visual element with a great design that's more open than maybe some of the things you've seen.
I just want to point out, I already, the loadout screen's up now, but I already see 3 clowns from my starting position.
And as Greg mentioned earlier, you can see the sign in the back. That's going to be sort of the major event that's going to happen when he takes off his hat and the satellite drones from Uplink style start firing rainbow balls across the map.
So this is like this is an abandoned motel?
That's what I asked. It seems like a really scary abandoned motel type of feeling we got going on.
No wonder it's abandoned. Like, no one's going to stay at the clown motel in the middle of the desert. No one's going to do that.
Shot.
So, yeah, give us the rundown of this map a little bit, other than that it's terrifying.
So, other than the clowns being terrifying, you're going to get, this is much more open. You can pretty much get up on top of anything. So you are over here on top of the train in the kind of graveyard area for the train. Or junkyard area. So you're getting a lot of this combat back and forth across rooftops, but at the same time you can go and use these kind of trenches around the sides to really go get up behind and flank people who are sitting there trying to really dominate from those upper areas.
I'm seeing a lot of people on rooftops already.
Yeah, you can also get up to the clown sign, use that in the center of the map to really take that out. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a very different pace than a lot of our maps, and that's one thing we set out to do in this map. Is we wanted something that was open. We wanted something that was.
Oh, don't mind this person just destroying everybody. It's fine.
And like Alfredo, I'm not much of a sniper guy myself, and you don't have to play snipers, but you can tell there's some long ranges here that you'll want, some strong optics on your AR if you're running ARs like I do. But really, for people who are looking for a different style of gameplay, or maybe a great place to play one-shot mode where it's all snipers, right? This map has really got probably the most open sight lines of anything we've done to date.
Yeah.
Not just of the DLC pack, but of all the maps.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you'll see here that there's some real domination happening. Whoever's on the controls back there is kind of dominating.
This is the kind of map where I'm going to stay inside with my assault rifle and take some pot shots at people. As long as they're not as good as this person.
How does like balancing a map like this work out? Because right now it seems like it's very heavy in terms of sniper rifle usage on rooftops and stuff. But then, I mean, do you just pepper in little buildings where people can hide into?
So it's through a lot of iteration, and a lot of that goes back towards what we want to initially accomplish, that overall goal of the map, right? Because you'll get tons of feedback and tons of players playing and going like, I want this, I want that. And generally, as long as we stick to what our overall goal was, we'll get to it eventually. But it's mainly through iteration, being like, oh, this spot is overpowered. Okay, how can we counter that? What can counter the counter? And basically start working off of those to create flow within the map, and to figure out what really dominates an area, and then find out, okay, well, how can we get somebody to counter that? Is it a clever area, or is it very obvious? Types of things.
So what kind of game modes are going to work well on this map?
It's the objective modes actually work pretty well because they focus the combat a little more. So CTF and Dom is interesting. It's certainly fun on this map, but it's very chaotic, very open. In the center is where the B point is, and it's just
that person's going to get gunned down if you're in the center of all this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun though.
It seems like if you would rush there first before people kind of get set up and establish what they want to be, try and get B as quick as you can.
Yeah, and as Greg mentioned earlier, like we don't want maps to drive you to have to play any one game style of gameplay. So you can run fast with shotties or SMGs in this and stick to the inside of the building interiors and be a productive contributing member of your team, right? we're not seeing that here because this is just brutal.
Who is that back there tearing things up?
Yeah, somebody is going off, but again, you can play to your play style in this map, and if that happens to be that you want to just run fast, move fast, stick to the interiors, you can do that as well.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and kick it over to Twitter. Remember, guys, ask all your questions. Tweet us at IGN with the hashtag COD. Joel comes in and says, how did you get the throwing bomb idea from Sideshow?
Yeah. That was, again, when we started off with the concept of the Havoc pack, it was really about asking the team to deliver something significant, either a map-based score streak or a dynamic event. And so through a lot of iteration, that was the goal, right? These maps had to be memorable on location and in the way that they changed through some dynamic feature. and so it started there. That was the mandate for this map. And then through team iteration, and Greg can speak more to that, the idea of the uplink sort of mechanic coming to life through the hat was ultimately where we settled.
Yeah, it's a cool mechanic that you only see in one mode, right? So
yeah, and
it's
it
cool
was
to use it again for something else.
a lot of trying to figure out how to use it again and what we could do. So it just actually started right now. If he's looking at the sign, you'll start to see him take his hat off. There it goes. He's gonna
There it goes.
start launching.
So
awesome.
colored
Rainbow
smoke bombs,
cannonballs.
and you pick these up. Okay, at least I love this.
If he can get to it there. Oh, that person got it.
And
But
then-
yeah, this was basically just some of us sitting in a room trying to figure out what we could actually, how we could spice up a map and what we could do, what we had that we could use, that we really weren't taking in full advantage of. And then also what would be fun within the map, just to experience that dynamic event in a different way.
Here we go.
Absolutely, and we've seen this, right? In Uplink, some really incredible things happen when you have the satellite drone, right? You can hammer people with it, you can run. You lose your weapon, and so you're trying to balance having the satellite drone and being vulnerable with your gun down. And so, yeah, as Greg mentioned, wanting to leverage that experience in a more broad setting. And it is a ton of fun here.
Also, I really like, it fits with the clown sort of motif. The bomb is just like what you would picture a bomb to be. Like if a cartoonist drew a bomb.
Yeah.
Just this huge round.
There's a lot of, I love his eyes when he fires.
Does the clown just
Rainbow
keep doing
trail.
this for the rest of the match?
He'll
then?
do this for the rest of the match.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
And then is it like worthwhile to pick those up, or
It is,
would you
because-
maybe like wait? And kinda,
That was worthwhile.
yeah, that was really good. That just answered my question.
There you go.
Yeah, you don't even have to say anything.
No, it certainly is. If you're running a class where maybe you're not carrying any sort of lethal, like a frag, you can grab one of those bombs, get a quick shot off.
Yeah, they seem effective because if you're playing against someone who's as good as this person, you probably aren't going to be running out for bombs. You're going to get sniped. But yeah, it seems if you can get a lucky throw off, it's pretty cool. Oof.
Yeah, this one to me too. It just visually, I think you haven't seen anything quite like this in Advanced Warfare, and so just the fun of the sort of visual direction, the creative design with a more open map. I think this is going to be one where people sit down and go, oh man, I haven't quite played like that before, and we're really excited to get this in the hand of fans tomorrow. Really.
Yeah, I love just the visuals of it because the maps are great regardless of kind of what they look like, but there's always the FPS tropes, like this is the jungle base, this is the underground lab, and those are fine, but then you have like Clown Motel.
Hopefully this starts a new one.
Yeah, this is a new standard.
Yeah.
Everyone has a clown level now. That'd be pretty great. Man, that other team is winning pretty hard.
At least we're getting some highlight images over here on this end, though.
Right.
This guy's going off with the sniper rifle.
If we have a moment to go back really quick, just to core real quick, that's the only map that has a skill streak instead of a sort of environmental effect. I'm just wondering why that one, or what the decision was there or was there no decision?
It's usually what fits in the map. It's what works for the map. Like the clown sign here, the avalanche works really well. In urban, the opening a new area to the map. And in core, because of the lanes, we wanted it to be really lane driven. We didn't really want to mess with too much of happening within the dynamic event. So we went with the score streak and really tried to find something that we didn't have in any other maps that would work really well. And so that was kind of the thinking there. We also wanted to diversify within the pack that we had, and making sure that we had a little bit of each.
Did you, kind of off chance here, but did you have to go do any like real world location scouting for some of these? Because if there's a place that actually exists that looks like this, that's kind of scary, but also really cool.
I have no comment.
No?
Well, I think we've all we draw inspiration from a lot of places. I don't know, like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. You guys, there was some, kind of that mental image of the creepy clown motel or creepy clown casino. I think it kind of registers on some subliminal, like, yeah, you're gonna get a little kind of freaked out about that.
Everyone saw it when they were younger.
Oh my
So
goodness,
exactly,
that was
It's
terrifying.
tapping right into that.
For sure. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and kick it over to Twitter real quick. Shock Gaming asks, and I'm wondering this myself
question,
too.
yeah.
Can the bomb blow up in your hand if you hold it for too long?
No, so once you grab that bomb, it's just you can hold on to it forever, run around with it. They will blow up on the ground if you leave them on the ground and don't pick them up, but that's just one of the, sure there's going to be tons of ways to use that in new and interesting ways, but yeah, it's not going to.
That leads me to now another question. If you see the bomb sitting on the ground, can you shoot it and blow it up?
No, so it'll only blow up over time.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah.
Just wait. Wonder if you could wait there until someone runs up to it. All right, that's a little too nasty.